Hello,
And welcome to
BB on Blast, BB22 edition, second episode.
Old Stars.
Old school.
Woo!
This is an old school intro for you with no bells or whistles. Old stars. Old hyphen stars. So, we've got episodes 2 to 5 to discuss.
You didn't introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Gaz.
You're so insistent on that. There's no new people.
People like,
to this. Continuity.
Yeah, continuity. They need the same sort of things to make them feel secure.
Yeah.
Like these old housemates.
Have you warmed to anyone?
No. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah?
Mostly
Who are you liking?
Christmas.
Oh, for God's sake. Actually, she's not been that bad.
I am Team Christmas.
Oh, my God. Who else?
Kazar and Janelle.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what, though?
Kesa.
Kesa?
Yeah.
Oh, not Kazar.
Yeah.
Kazar!
That's what Cody.
That's his superhero
That's
name.
what Cody said, and he was getting in trouble for it. So I must pick you on it.
Okay, thanks. It's like that time when I said Arkansas. Remember that?
Oh, just realised how tight my belt is. Fucking hell, carry on.
I was thinking about that the other day. Like,
What, how tight my belt
no.
is? Fucking hell.
That's the lockdown weight. No, I was thinking about that time when I said Arkansas instead of Arkansas.
Oh, yeah,
Only because...
No, but there's two different places, and I think one is pronounced like that and the other one isn't.
Really?
Yeah, I think one's like a state and one's like a city, and they are pronounced differently, so I think you're fine.
Because I think Dan, my boyfriend,
could be wrong.
My boyfriend was teaching like some funny pronunciations on one of his English classes the other day, and I saw it written on a board.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I remember that time when I said it wrong, and I must have sounded like such an idiot to the American listeners. Because like you think about when you hear Americans come over here and they can't pronounce
it's funny.
Leicester Square, they say like Leicester
I
Square.
enjoy
and all that.
it. I like that, don't you? I welcome that.
Yeah, it is funny.
I welcome I can't even say it. Says it all.
Pronunciations.
No, but I think it's fine, and I think I've heard lots of people pronounce that wrong as well, so it's not just you. So who else are you liking?
Basically, do you know what I felt?
Oh,
I've got the corona cough all of a sudden. I wasn't doing this before we started recording, was I?
No. Oh, God.
I have a little sip of my drink.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, I felt like you giving me the lowdown of like the history
did
was
it
actually
help?
quite helpful.
Yeah, I told it in an interesting way.
You did, and it was both informative and entertaining. So,
Oh, thanks.
so I found that like when I was watching it, I haven't internalised all that stuff. All the pink, yellow, blue, red, green strings that Laurie put on that picture.
Yeah.
Shout out to Laurie. Sorry for doubting the authenticity of the lines. Reading between the lines. But yeah, I just found that watching it after that, with that sort of knowledge, like, Kesa and Janelle have like a long history, and now I can spot that.
Yeah.
And I can't remember who else I've learned about, really. But...
Well, I've got some more good things to help pad out your vision of the season.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
So David, you know who he is,
Who's
right?
that?
He's that guy.
I know who that is.
He's that guy who was just there for like a day last time.
Yeah, come back.
Apparently, the reason why
Camp don't come
he's
back.
not. Yeah, Camp had enough already. Apparently, the reason he's not been slagging off Jackson and Jack and all that from
Contractually
last
obliged.
season, probably that too. But also, he was hanging out with them after the season.
No, he
Yeah,
wasn't.
I found this from Judy Girl.
Are Judy doing pod on it already? Have they got a pod
They've
out?
done like 2 or 3.
For fuck's sake,
I've
I'm
only listened
behind.
to the first one. I know.
Shout out to James and Zach. I do love them.
I love them so much. I've actually been doing a Laurie and listened to podcasts on 1.5 speed to try and get all this information in.
Yeah.
But I don't like it when people listen to our podcast. Don't listen to our podcast like that. We don't sanction that. And if I could ban it, I would.
Do you know what? It's usually pretty long, so I wouldn't blame people for doing it.
Imagine it. Imagine. And all that.
Yeah, your cackle on
horrible.
2.5 speed will be ear piercing.
And another thing which is not really relevant, but I thought was kind of interesting, maybe not. A friend of mine is living in America, and she saw the adverts for Big Brother, saw that I'd posted about doing a podcast about it, and then said, should I watch? And she said, I'm put off because it's an all-star season. I said, no. I said, let's just listen to our podcast. You can get into it straight away. So I convinced someone to watch.
An English friend in America?
She's English.
What's she doing in America?
She's there for her partner's work or something.
Partner's work?
She's like a friend of a friend.
I thought they closed the borders.
Oh, yeah.
Supposed
No,
to
but
get
they
in.
went there like a year ago.
Also, you don't need to be in America to watch this.
No, but the adverts. There's
What advert?
apparently
Like the
they're
billboards
advertising
or
it
on
all
the
over.
side of the
No,
bus or what?
TV on TV.
Okay.
I want to see those adverts. They sound fun.
Do you know, they do, in the stream I watched, I saw an advert, actually, for
Big Brother Canada.
BB Live feeds.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's time to find out what they're doing.
Go to cbs.com/BBLF.
Get the full uncut racism. What's this? I don't know what that is.
Do you know what? Speaking about David hanging out with Jackson and, Mickey? Mickey?
Yeah, Jackson and Mickey. They're the same person.
Oh, are they? Who's the other one? Jack?
Jack, yeah.
He's the one with long hair. Does he look like Aquaman?
Oh, he thinks he does.
fuck's sake.
That can't.
Tell you who else has been hanging out with them, who
Oh.
I've seen from my own snooping around on Instagram this
Caitlin.
week.
No. Who?
Brett.
Was
It's a
he?
shame because we like Brett.
Yeah, no, I think Brett's a twat. I think he's one of those good on TV, not good IRL, like
probably.
Lewis F.
It's got the old anal lice.
And Swaggy.
Also, what I'm
I
going
nearly said Shaggy. That's a different person altogether.
Wasn't me. I was watching, right, and I don't know if you've ever seen this, and also Netflix, American viewers probably can get it on Netflix, but you know Reggie Yates?
Yes.
He's done some series of, like, investigative journalism. Have you seen those?
I've actually watched some of those and I thought they were alright.
They're really good.
Yeah, and him getting bloody racially abused by people
In
and
Russia?
stuff. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I actually
This is
watched
the
those.
one that I'm about
Yeah.
to talk about. We watched it last night. So if you don't know, Reggie Yates is a British radio presenter who's a black guy, and he's been investigating... a lot of it is kind of about race issues. The South Africa one, have you seen that? It's about the tensions between
I
white
think I've
and
seen
black
those,
and
but
how
they're old.
they are a bit old.
They're
but
old.
There's like a white underclass that's developed in South Africa who live
I
in the slums.
think I have seen them, but I just can't
It's
remember.
pretty interesting stuff.
But you know, since then, Reggie Yates has been dissed for anti-Semitism.
No?
Yeah, he's like persona non grata at the
No.
moment. Yeah, since then. So don't
what? A
don't watch
documentary,
those. Don't
or
watch
what
those
did he say?
documentaries. I can't remember, but I know he got sacked because he used to present that Christmas Top of the Pops, and I know he got sacked from
No,
it.
you can't have that without Reggie.
You can just have Fern and insert a person there with her.
Phone plus one. Anyway, I was watching this one in Russia yesterday, and Reggie was basically investigating the nationalist movement in Russia, and he was, as you've seen it, he was at a march for basically extreme right-wing Russians who believe that Russia should be white, and like you said, they were saying like racist abuse in Russians that he didn't know.
Yeah.
They were like, "Oh, look at this stupid African! He's got like no fear. Go and dry your bananas somewhere else," and shit like that. And his translator was going there saying not very nice things, and Reggie was just like,
yeah,
okay.
I felt sorry for Reggie. He was twitchy, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Bless
I
him.
would have been too. I was twitching watching it. And then this guy who was like a leader of like this sect of like the National Front or whatever,
Yeah.
kept wanting to be seen with Reggie. Did you see that?
Yeah. It was
So
about, yeah.
basically, they were like, he wanted to talk to this guy. No, sorry. Yeah, this guy wanted to talk to Reggie more, like to show that this group, which is perceived as really extreme and really racist, were actually able to mix with a black guy and not like try and hurt him or anything. But is that
Like when Morrissey puts a black person on his website.
well, probably as he features an Asian person there, Chinese.
Definitely not.
No. Is Jackson and Jack befriending David?
I wondered where we were
the
going
same
with this.
sort of thing.
You know.
Like you're an extremist, so you basically sort of present your friendship with someone who is different
That's
to
exactly
you.
what they're doing.
Look, we're not actually that
Yeah,
bad.
that's exactly what they're doing. It's a PR
It took a while to get
exercise.
to the point of the story,
Fucking
but
hell. I thought we were getting somewhere. It's true. It's a PR exercise,
Yeah.
and David's falling for it
exactly,
by being
and that
friends
was
with
it.
them.
Reggie felt like he was being used.
Yeah.
And he was also trying to get content for a BBC documentary, but in the end it was turned around on him, and the extremists were using him.
In their materials
Yeah.
and stuff to make them look more
Facebook,
forward
social
thinking.
media, exactly.
Yeah, like when the Daily Mail gets a black person to write an article saying I'm not racist, but
Yeah, exactly like that. And then the other thing was in this Reggie documentary, he met up with this other group, and this guy that he was in the contact, who was his contact, he'd like brought him to a meeting, and he was going, "I'm mic'd, so don't say anything bad now. Like save this for later." Like people were starting to sort of voice weird opinions, like bad opinions, racist views. This guy was trying to shut them up.
yeah, they can't hold down them racist views. That's the
No.
problem. So yeah, David is a bit like I'm a bit like meh. He's just
David,
he's boring.
David's saying like, "Oh, I'm coming to make history or whatever." Fine, but you haven't got the personality.
He hasn't got the personality. He hasn't got the connections either. He's not really friends with anyone in there.
No.
And everyone's what did Memphis say about him last episode? You're at the big boys' table now. Whatever the fuck he said to him. I just thought, fuck off, mate. But it's kind of true. Although I think
as much as we want David as the little guy to sort of go get up to where he wants to be. At the same time, he's not that interested.
He's not got the right
minerals
attitude for it because he's being defeatist before he's been defeatist before he even begins. From the things I've been listening, by just saying like, "Oh, I don't really deserve to be here," and I haven't been through the experience of being HRH, haven't won comps and blah blah blah.
So you need to go with it. Now's my time.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm going to show you oldies who's boss.
It's my time. That song.
It rings a bell.
It's crap Andrew Lloyd Webber show for the musical thing.
Right, anyway, stop getting off track.
Sorry.
So, Nicole Franzel and Danny hate...
Oh, do I need my notes?
No, because this is just my intel section. Sorry. Nicole Franzel and Danny hate Nicole A because they don't like her podcast.
Who's Danny? I don't remember who Danny
Danielle.
is.
She's Evil Dick's daughter.
Was she in the episodes this week? Hardly not.
Not really, no.
No, I don't remember seeing her.
They don't like Nicole A, sweet little unicorn Nicole A.
Neither do I.
Nor do I. Because Nicole A does a podcast with that Eric guy, that Your Reality Recaps guy. And apparently they asked them to be on the podcast and they said no and ghosted her. And now they're embarrassed about it. So they hate Nicole A and want her out because of that.
They said no to Nicole A's podcast?
Yeah, with that Your Reality Recaps.
Is that Eric Levis?
Oh, he's so... No, that's Derek Levis. This Your Reality Recaps guy gets on my nerves. The funny thing is they don't like him because they said he was slagging them off, but he never slags anyone off. He's always kissing everyone's arse. So I don't like that guy.
Listen to this. See how much you like us.
I'm sure he wouldn't.
I wonder if Nicole A will have us on her podcast.
Everyone's got a fucking podcast, man. Just calm down.
Michelle Obama's got a good one.
Actually, look, don't advertise other podcasts. No, I'm just kidding. Don't you think it's silly when people... Don't think it's silly when people say... Some of the podcasts I listen to go, oh, we don't want to name the podcast. It's like, there's enough room for us all.
Exactly.
Like, just listen to
She's
it all on...
She's also got Barack Obama on hers, so...
just listen to it all on 2 times speed.
You follow...
Oh, yeah.
Barack Obama follows you. Can you try and get him on the pod, see what he thinks of Big Brother All-Stars?
I bet he's not following me anymore. I don't know. Yeah, that was...
Why? What were you said to upset Barack Obama?
God, no.
Trump support.
I love Trump, yeah. So that's the tea there. And Nicole Franzel, who's the annoying one who we don't like, she has a binder filled... A binder, like a folder, filled with every time anyone has ever slagged it off in an interview or in a tweet.
Cutting them out of magazines.
Yeah, and she's apparently got a lot of shit on Janelle, and she is holding a massive grudge.
What, she bought it in as a luxury item?
Imagine flicking through, right? Index B.
The receipts.
Laurie told me this. A binder of all the hate against her.
She needs to get...
She
needs to not hang on to that negativity, doesn't she?
Don't you think that's sad?
Very sad. Very self-involved, Nicole Franzel.
Yeah, oh God, she's so annoying. Me and Jack have this thing where say he gets his notebook out where he brings up grievances that I've done in the past. But fucking binder, that is even worse. I'm like, oh, put your notebook away. When he brings it, oh, what about that time? What about that time when you just like, oh, put your notebook away? But if it was a binder, that'd be even worse. But yeah, she's got all these things. Everything everyone bad in the house has ever said about her, she's got it all written down.
When did she come into the Big Brother world?
BB16. She was actually kind of like...
Did she win? Is she the one we're trying to prove
she won,
why she beat Paul?
She won the second time, yeah.
She's trying to prove she's deserved to win.
And she goes out with Victor. You don't know who that is, do you?
No.
Imagine.
Not our Victor.
You don't know who Victor is, do you?
No.
He's actually quite nice. I don't know why he's going out with her. It's weird. She's so... never mind. Anyway.
I don't know, I don't know much about her, but she comes across as a bit of a sort of whiner, a bit of a mean girl.
She is a whiner and a mean girl. Yeah, she said to Cody, I'm going to start a girls' alliance and then rat out the girls' alliance to you. We don't like to hear that, do we?
We need the women to stand strong together, don't we?
No. And another thing... Yes, we do. And another thing, the final thing off my shit list, Kevin was moaning about Big Jeff.
Kevin, the big cheat.
No, Kevin, who's in the house at the moment, was moaning about Big Jeff and the Dumbledore. The whole Dumbledore. He's the mixed race guy. The one who's been moping around like a wet blanket. I know, he is a whiner.
Get him out.
But I agree, but listen to this. This point we must back him up on. He was moaning about what Big Jeff was saying about how Dumbledore's a paedophile back on his season.
Raking up the old
Yeah,
homophobia.
I know, it's true. He's raking up.